Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I'm here on a Wednesday, on an odd time of day. What a shock. What a surprise. Uh, I should add to my tags there. Um, I know this is a strange time of day. I don't know that anyone is going to be able to find me, but I'll be here um, for quite a while. We're doing all afternoon. So hopefully people will trickle in as we go. Um, to start with, since I don't mostly do cooking, I'm going to make myself some lunch. But we don't have to worry about it being welcome in. Thank you. Uh, for those not aware and who haven't read my title, it's my birthday. Um, so I'm gonna make lunch first. I don't have to worry about how long it's gonna be because I've got Lego in the other room. We're gonna go build that transformer. I've been saving it for a special occasion. This is the special occasion. I've also got a box of goodies that I'm gonna see what's what. I'll take a peek at them before they show it to the camera, so they just in case anything that shouldn't be seen. Um, so yeah, for one thing, right now I'm hungry, so I'm gonna get started cooking first thing. Um, I don't have a lot of extra thing. I didn't go out looking for ingredients. I just rummaged around to see what I had, and we're going to make, based on just odds and ends that I've got, Okonomiyaki. It's simple. It's got a complicated Japanese name, but it's a simple thing. Um, oh, get out some cabbage. I've already got out some green onions, and I'm going to supplement them with a shallot. And then we need panko breadcrumbs, which I've got. Some flour from the flour tower, which lives around the corner now. We did a little bit of a rearrange. Um, some uncured pork belly that I've been slowly working my way through, and we got to polish it up before it goes off. So use up all of that. Uh, a little bit of hondashi, a little bit of pickled ginger. These are all things I just happen to have on hand. So this is Taizan. Welcome in. Thanks. Um, I don't have a Yamaimo yam, but I do have eggs. So we're gonna go with eggs. Egg. Blah, 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 blah. Oil and then sauces. It's a pretty simple thing altogether. And then we'll, instead of, when we get to the end of it, instead of me taking one bite and then ending the stream, I'm going to take it into the other room. We'll take the whole thing in the other room. We'll sit down and we'll crack open Optimus Prime. But I got to have lunch first, and that'll give people time to find me. We'll be on for a while today, so I expect Dread. Thanks. I'll be on for a while today, so I expect people to be able to filter in and out like they usually don't for me, because I'm not on long enough. So, first things first. Cutting board. Oh my goodness. Well, tell her she can't have it. It's my birthday. Each day, only one person gets each day for their birthday. That's how it works. That's why there are only 366 people. Well, happy birthday to Dread Jr. Dread Mini? Crepes? Is it crepe day? I had no idea. And you subscribed. You know, when I didn't stream yesterday, I spent some time tinkering with my channel, and I was gonna finish some stuff up that I meant to do, including alerts for anything at all. So there's no alert for a subscription. So I will. Thanks for subscribing. Just do that. Uh, Yesterday ended up being very hectic, and things that I wanted to get done, I didn't get done. And things that... Okay. 3 big cabbages. Of course, my cabbage is purple, so this is going to come out kind of purple. Yeah, we're still in the... even though I've been at this for 6 months, we're still in the beginning phases. People get those fancy badges. You are extra pink. The pinkest. Okay, we have cabbage. We're gonna... I'll show one of the reasons I skipped yesterday. That on my hand right there. It doesn't sting so much today. Yesterday it was really stinging. And I didn't want to do anything with it. I actually made a boxed mac and cheese because I didn't want to do any cooking at all. Yeah, yesterday wasn't the greatest day. So the story about the injury on my hand is I did it entirely to myself. I thought I had solved this, but I had another issue with a pipe in the basement, and I had to go down there and warm it up and then figure out where the draft was coming from that was cooling it. And I dug around and I found another pipe with a hole next to it that was just dumping cold air directly onto it. The basement needs to get fully re-insulated, clearly. There's holes all over the place. So that wasn't great. That wasn't how I wanted to spend yesterday. But I bought some spray foam, and I jammed it in the hole, and I filled it with spray foam. But I got spray foam on my hand. And in my efforts to get it off of my hand, I abraded the skin on my hand. So I did this to my hand. Oh. So that's the story of the hand injury and why I decided not to do anything yesterday. Um, and on Monday, the furnace failed. Um, it just stopped making hot air. We had to call the furnace guy. He ran over. He came over within 20 minutes. It was actually very snappy, and he got it working again. But that also wasn't great. Uh, what it boils down to is the house is a piece of crap. The house is just garbage. Now I rent, so I didn't have to pay for the furnace repairs, and my landlord has been reimbursing me for my investments in insulating the basement. So I am not out any additional money, but it is definitely some hassle, and I hope the reimbursements convince the old landlord to invest in some proper re-insulation, because that is the ultimate issue. Well, I don't know what the issue with the furnace was, but with all the other cold, the issue is just that the insulation is crappy, and it's old insulation, and it's also been beat up. So yeah, it's not like it's costing me anything aside from now I injured myself, but that was entirely my fault. Trying to scrape that stuff off, but it's not costing me anything. But I'd rather not have to do it. Um, Sorry, I haven't been talking at all about what I'm doing here. So we shredded up some cabbage, um, put in some green onion. I'm going to add some flour, which is going to help this bind. I'm using the scale, but I'm not measuring everything out exactly. We're going rough. We're going rough. Rough numbers here. I'm just using the scale because it's so hard to eyeball flour. Of course, the it is costing me some money because the insulation being bad means that the heat we leak heat. Add some panko to that just to help us with some texture. Um, and I want more onion in here, which is why I got out the shallot. We're going to throw some thinly sliced shallot in this as well. Ugh. Okay, well, the skin on this shallot is very resistant for some reason. Shallot skins usually just pop right off. Okay, well, screw you, shallot. We're just gonna aggressively take a layer off, I guess. So yeah, and then I today, birthday day. Uh, Nothing's going wrong. I did fiddle with the furnace again this morning, trying to get the heat to even out, but that just involves adjusting the vent openings. Um, uh, Normally the shallot would provide us a little splash of purple in our mix here, but since I used purple cabbage, it's not. We've already got purple. This is going to be a very purple thing. And I managed to spend that gift card in its entirety, which, the way prices are these days, wasn't all that hard, within the 5 days that I had to spend it. So no loss there. That's good. Let's see. I'm supposed to add. I don't have katsubushi. So I was just going to add more egg. Katsubushi is like a slimy. Goldie, welcome in. Thanks. What was I saying? Katsubushi. It's a slimy lamb, slimy yam. And it's supposed to. It's mucilage, not slime. It's mucilage, and it is like a thickener binder thing. I don't have that, so we're not doing that. Let's break those yolks. I might have too much cabbage. We might just have too much cabbage, but we will find out by doing. I also might just have not shredded my cabbage enough. I am supposed to add some water and some dashi to this, so we will add some dashi granules and some water. How much water? Half a cup. Okay, yeah, I'm hybridizing a couple of recipes, and obviously that's not correct. So more flour. This is supposed to be like we're supposed to get this somewhere near the consistency of a pancake batter. But with cabbage in it. Cognac jelly pouches. I've never had those. I don't think we can get those around here, around these parts. I think we're getting there. The cabbage being in big shreds is not helping matters intensely. Ooh, that might have been too much. No, it's... Well, I've never made these at home before. I've had them several times, and I've actually made them with a friend at the friend's house once. So they're not alien to me, but I've never done them completely from scratch, and I'm not really following a recipe. So, and I don't have all the ingredients. H Mart. I don't know what an H Mart is. It's probably a local store. Local chain brand. Oh my God. I don't even have a... Why didn't they come up in chat? Oh, there it is. Goldie cheered me bits. God, I need alerts. Well, thanks for the bits. I missed that. Yeah, I would love a Korean grocer. Yeah, for as long as I've been at this now, I haven't done nearly half the things with the channel that I want to. Chief among those, bit alerts and like sub alerts, you know, alerts, so that I don't have to constantly look at the activity feed. Okay, that's probably going to be good enough. It's going to be very cabbagey. Let's pop over to the stovetop. Let's grab a frying pan. A little nick in my non-stick there. And let's load up yon frying pan with pork belly. That's our starter. I accidentally bought this a while back thinking I was getting bacon. And when I realized what I had, I just promptly froze it. And then recently... Chemical! Welcome in! You're just in time for me to take a bunch of meat and add it to this otherwise vegetarian dish. but welcome in. So I was saying I thought I was getting bacon. When I realized my mistake, I chucked this in the freezer and figured I would come back to it. And then more recently, realized that I had never done so. So I pulled it out, and I've been using bits and pieces of it, trying to figure out how to use it. And here we are. I think I want the thick pieces to be near the edges, because then they'll cook more. And the middle can be the thinner pieces. Don't question my logic. It's my birthday. Heat. Wash hand. Chemical subscribed. Thanks for subscribing. Oh my God, Chemical's gifting out 5 subs to a bunch of our friends. If you're in chat, give Chemical a thanks. We've gifted to Dig Up Stupid, Meg Red D, Selena Aurora, Sleep Deprived Gamer, and Real Steel. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't have any bit alerts. All I can say is thank you for the gift subs. And Felix is first. Welcome in, Felix. Thanks. Say, you have experience with Okonomiyakis. I don't have experience with Okonomiyaki, and I'm also only half following the recipe. But I think this will set. It's shredded cabbage with eggs and flour and onions and dashi. And it's purple because that's the kind of cabbage I have. We'll add some salt. The purple definitely makes the batter part of this go kind of gray. You should never call it red cabbage because it is in fact purple. Much like purple onions. Exactly. Okay, our pan is starting to heat up. These are pretty thick slices, which is why I'm giving them a head start. They also will be providing the oil for our pan. So I want them to render out a little bit. I might give them each a flip before I actually throw the rest of this on there. I won't explain it to the Dutch and the French. I will simply abandon the use of the word red to describe things that are very obviously purple. It's not like they didn't know what purple was. It was famously like the color of the royalty, because purple dyes were so hard to come by. Stable purple dyes were so hard to come by. Yeah, I'm going to give these each a flip. Before I add the cabbage batter. Yes, even the little tiny one. Whoa! 5 more gift subs, thank courtesy of Bookwoman, to Chris McBricker, the Duke of Nukem, Tokaji, Birkerbork, and LaFay. Our friend LaFay, who I have rated many a time. God, we've got we're hitting some all stars with these gift sub bombs, but also some new names I don't even know. Hopefully they'll show up and we can say hi. Okay. I think I made this too big. I think my proportions are all way off, and this is just going to be a big old disaster. But and those glasses really don't line up with the little face I made. Okay, well. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think I made this too big. I think it's gonna take a while to cook through. And this is what I get for hybridizing 2 recipes, one of which says it's for 2, one of which says it's for 3, cutting both of them in half, and then sort of splicing them into each other. We end up with something. Oh my god. Oh, we could have done this with the wok. It's too late now. It could have used a wok. We could have done this with the wok. We could have. That's a good idea. it's too late now. Clean up here. Yes, yesterday when I opted to not stream, I had cleaned I had everything set up. We had the computer here. We had everything plugged in. Everything was cleaned up, and it was while I was washing dishes that my hands really started stinging. I was like, I can't really. I don't want to risk them. But that meant that I didn't really have to do any prep today. I could just walk in here. Everything was already ready to go, cleaned up, sorted, and nice. Put a lid on this thing. So yeah, learning experience. As I always say in my tags, first playthrough, no spoilers. Backseating allowed. And yes, for those not in the know, after I'm finished with the cooking phase, we are transitioning over into the other room for a non-cooking phase, featuring, I'm not going to give you the big picture now, you'll have to look at the little preview. This this was my gift to myself, and we are cracking it open and having a blast with it. Combination unblocking or unboxing and Lego block building. Okay, while this thing is trying to cook in its own juices, let's make a sauce and some toppings. So let's pop over to the countertop. Grab ourselves a bowl. I did crack open the top to check if there was anything obviously incriminating in there, and took the sheet with my name on it out so that when I peek in it, I'm also going to pull things out over there. I don't dox myself. Okay. Selena. Yes. Chemical. We've had a couple of gift sub scatter shots. Thanks, Selena. Welcome in. I'm on a strange time of day, and everyone's showing up for it, so maybe we'll try this in the future. This is birthday doubling as a, will anyone show up if I stream at noon? I know it would be better for, like, the, some of the European people. So, test run. What goes into an Okonomiyaki sauce? It wants me to put Worcestershire in it. I'll do it, but I question it. It doesn't seem very traditional. Uh, Tiny Whisk. Tiny Whisk. We gotta have Tiny Whisk. And some sugar, because this is a sweet sauce. This reminds me of... it reminds me of some of those Filipino sauces. What we're going for is savory, sweet, tangy, by the looks of it. Give it a taste. Ooh, definitely got a tang to it. It's going to be hard to drizzle. It's a little bit thick. I'm going to give it just a... I moved it out of the middle of the camera. I'm going to give it just a little splash of soy sauce to thin it out a little bit and add... Yeah, there you go. It's a little bit thinner, just a touch thinner. Probably tastes a little bit saltier. Still got a good tang to it. Still got a good tang to it. Happy with it. Okay, I was gonna look through the things in the box as I pulled them out. I know it's box of odds and ends, rather than some grand thing. Let's pop over here. I already took the lid off. It's getting a little bit dry and brown around the edges. And it's trying to stick to my nonstick pan. Probably should have given it a little bit extra oil. There wasn't quite enough coming out of the pork. We're gonna stick it. It's gonna stick. Actually, it looks yummy. I'm gonna have a hard time getting it flipped at this point. I'm going to oil the top so that when we flip it, there'll be oil on the side that's going to go down before it gets there. And hopefully head off it trying to adhere on the bottom. Okay. This is the time I could use a sous chef. I broke it. Shoot. Get flipped. I made it too big. We broke it. Yeah. Yeah. This part just kind of disintegrated on this side over here. We definitely made it too big. God, one of the recipes I followed for the amount of cabbage and the amount of flour said serves 2, and I cut it in half and it made this. What the heck? I should have cut it in quarters. This is massive. That's a weird recipe. It's enormous. Hmm. Hmm. Well, it'll still taste good, but the concern is that the batter part needs to cook through to the top. So flipping it starts it cooking from the other end through, but if it breaks, then it's not all of it hasn't been flipped. So parts of it are going to not be. Hmm. I just have to ensure that it cooks through. That's the concern. Um, Also, not looking terribly purple. It's looking kind of gray. Gray and brown. God, what? 400 grams of shredded cabbage serves 2. I put 200 grams of cabbage as my base and worked around that. And it's way too much. Huh. This recipe is. I'm not even going to tell you who I'm taking the recipe from because apparently it's not a good recipe. The proportions are way off. Um, I probably shouldn't have added all of it to the pan and done a smaller one when I realized that it was too much. Huh. Well, live and learn. Like I said, I've never done this from scratch. I've never done this entirely myself before. Learning experience. Probably should make the pancake batter separately and pour it into the cabbage rather than mix it directly into the cabbage. Like mix it inside the cabbage. That probably would be more logical. Um, so weird. Weird. Okay, well, we just have to get it to cook through, I might split it in half and flip it again. Let's get a plate out for it. And do I have a nori? I do. I'm going to make myself some nori topping while this other side tries to set up. Sheet of nori. Oh, you're not looking at anything over there. Come over here. A sheet of nori. It comes with these little perforated lines. So we'll, oops, well, I'm going to shred it anyways. It's supposed to break along these lines. But whatever. And then the knife needs to be extra sharp. Ooh. Yeah, because this stuff is really brittle. I should probably do this with scissors. That'd make more sense. Yeah. For those of you following along at home, go back and don't use a knife for this and use a scissors. Is it supposed to be this dry? Yes. This is what nori is like. It's like the consistency of paper. I'm just going to hand shred the rest of this little piece here. Oop. Heard something. Heard the sizzle change slightly over here, so let's return. Okay, we're not stuck. You think I could do a flip? I'm not confident I can do a flip. It seems quite large. But I would like to re-brown this side if possible. It's kind of holding together. We have a split opinion on whether or not I can flip this. I am not confident in this. Oh no, Goldie. I'm not confident in this. I think it's. I think it doesn't have the integrity. I think it's going to break and not come down in one piece. That would have worked perfectly if my lid didn't have an edge on it. Since the lid had an edge on it, it broke. It broke its slide. What could I have done? Should have used that one. I actually could have done it with that one. I actually could have done it with that one. Also, I wanted to get it flipped because the meat part of it on the top wasn't quite done to my liking. And then part of that meat flipped to the top when I flipped it. So I have to tuck it under there. Okay, this thing is enormous. This is going to be food for days. I'm going to eat this twice. The side that is now up definitely was well cooked. So we don't need to flip. We don't need to flip it back. We just need to cook it a little bit more to my liking. I want it nice and brown. We will revisit this because all the ingredients to this are things that I have on hand pretty much at all times. Um, the meat part is, as you know, flex option. It actually doesn't need meat at all. Yeah, I didn't leave it on there for a ton of time, but I did get it started before I added anything else to it. Especially since the pork belly is kind of thick. I think if you did it with like a thinly sliced American style bacon, um, you could just put the stuff right on top of it, and it would be thin enough that it would cook through before you overcook the pancake part. Uh, Pork belly looks like it's the classic add-on if you want to add meat, but I bet you could add all sorts of stuff. It just has to be something that'll cook through and sort of stick to the bottom side of the whole thing. We're nearing done. Squid. Ooh. Ooh, you know, I don't have squid. I don't have squid, but I do have octopus. We could revisit this with octopus. Okay, let's get the lid just off of this. I can smell the pork, which means it's definitely cooking the pork. Um, no, squid and octopus aren't the same thing. They're different things. They're different things. They're related, but they're not the same. Okay. Other hand. Hey, that looks pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. Should have used the other lid. I could have flipped it cleanly. Okay, okay. Trying to work out where I can decorate this thing on camera. There we go. Top it with Kewpie mayonnaise. Top it with making a little bit of a mess with the sauce here. Our tangy, savory sauce. Top it with toasted sesame seeds. Top it with some shredded nori. Served with some not that much. Some. I said some, not all of it. Some. Pickled ginger. Oop, my phone is ringing. That was nobody. It was a spoofed number, and then a robot picked up. So that was nobody. They didn't even wish me a happy birthday. Did anything else go on Okonomiyaki? Bonito. I don't have any bonito. Some fresh scallion. There's already scallion inside of it. Some sriracha to make it spicy. Okay. And then I'm going to move this to the other room. For its obligatory photo, but also, we're not coming back. We're moving everything to the other room. So I can keep chit-chatting, but we have to turn the screen off. I did this once before as a test run, and it kind of worked. But we're doing it again as a official maneuver that I guess I can do now. My phone is ringing again. I'm going to guess that it's the same thing.